News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a former NBA star is found unconscious at a brothel. The Pahrump Valley Chamber CEO takes a new job. A harvest festival will be held this Saturday. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Courtney, Salmon. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, October 14th, 2015. I'm Courtney Salmon for News 46. Former NBA star Lamar Odom is on life support following an alleged drug overdose at Dennis Hoff's Love Ranch in Crystal, Nevada.
Well, it all began here Saturday morning when Lamar Odom decided to visit Dennis Hoff's Love Ranch. The two-time NBA champion and former forward for the Los Angeles Lakers married and divorced reality TV star Khloe Kardashian. Odom was found unconscious with reported shallow breathing, white foam coming out of his mouth, and his nose was also bleeding. Lamar was reportedly lying on the floor inside the VIP suite, which is Dennis Hoff's home attached to the brothel. Two female employees found him Tuesday afternoon at 3:15 p.m. They were asked to place him on his side until medics arrived. The 911 call said that Odom had been using cocaine and at least 10 male enhancement drugs since Saturday when he arrived. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Medic 5 were called to the scene, and the status of Mercier 21 was ascertained. The aircraft was unavailable at the time. The ambulance transported Odom to Desert View Hospital, where he was treated by medical staff, and the Flight for Life helicopter rendezvoused with medics. Odom was determined at that time to be too large in stature for the helicopter. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ambulance transported the 35-year-old to Sunrise Hospital, where he reportedly is suffering brain damage and organ failure. The hospital has reportedly found several types of various drugs in the former athlete's system. Dennis Hoff has allegedly said that he provided herbal Viagra to him during his visit. Khloe Kardashian and her family have been at the hospital by Odom's side since Tuesday night. Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley held a press conference this afternoon at the Nye County Board of Commissioners Chambers on Walt Williams Drive. We'll have more on this story on tomorrow night's broadcast, including the sheriff's press conference. Reporting from Crystal, Nevada at Dennis Hoff's Love Ranch, I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
KPVM TV broadcasted the press conference live from the BOCC chambers this afternoon on our channel 46.3. 27-year-old Huey Shepard, 28-year-old Daryl Gill, 18-year-old Blake Drouillard, and 11-year-old Juvenile was arrested for drug-related crimes, including under the influence and possession and battery with a deadly weapon. The older individuals for child abuse and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Deputies were contacted by 2 white males and 1 white juvenile. The trio advised deputies that a white male had battered the 11-year-old juvenile by punching him in the back several times. And when Huey Shepard attempted to intervene in an attempt to protect the 11-year-old juvenile from the male suspect, that's when the male produced a knife and cut Huey's right arm. Deputies made contact with the suspect, later identified as Daryl Gill. Gill, according to police, failed to comply with deputies' commands. Deputies took Gill into custody. While deputies were investigating the battery and the assault, they observed signs of him being under the influence of a controlled substance. Blake explained that he had taken out his meth pipe and they passed the meth pipe around with each other for Huey, Gill, Blake, and the 11-year-old juvenile to smoke methamphetamine together out of the same pipe. All were arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. The juvenile was taken into custody by juvenile probation. Sally Kerr has tendered her resignation as CEO with the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce, effective October 16th. Sally has accepted a position with No to Abuse.
No to Abuse put out their search for a new executive director. And so I had someone approach me, I threw my hat in the ring, and I'm thrilled to have gotten the position with Nevada Outreach Training Organization.
So how long are you staying at the chamber until you switch over?
I gave my notice at the chamber Monday last week. My final day with the chamber is October 16th, and then I begin with No to Abuse on the 19th of October.
And then what's some of your plans for No to Abuse?
Well, the biggest thing is just getting settled and learning what the staff does and how hard they work and the programs that they have. There's also a facility in Tonopah, so there'll be some travel back and forth, just making sure that facility is, they just moved, they have a new office up there, just getting everything, the girls have that settled up there pretty well, but familiarizing myself with all of the programming, and then starting to build a whole lot more of the community involvement into the no-till, for sure.
So tell me about the Chamber of Commerce. They're looking for a new CEO or what now?
Right, they will be looking for a new CEO, and not to say that I haven't loved my tenure at the chamber, and I intend to stay actively involved with the chamber, but there will be some kind of search going on for a new CEO.
Because I know that they put out a thing for 2 new board directors, right?
Right. There are 2 open board positions. Those are annually. I mean, those happen every year. So those are the same. You know, that election process is coming up. But and then of course they'll be doing a full search for my replacement.
So No to Abuse has so many different programs, a lot of outreach and everything. Tell me what kind of particularly piqued your interest there.
Well, first of all, we all know that domestic violence is hard-hitting in our community and in lots of communities. So just the idea of a treatment for domestic violence and a place for women and men to shelter and to be able to get out of that abusive relationship.
From July 2015 to September 2015, the Anaconda subdivision in Tonopah has experienced a rash of car burglaries. During the investigation, the Nye County Sheriff deputies followed up on leads and interviewed a male juvenile. Through the course of the interview, the juvenile admitted that he had broken into numerous vehicles and stole money. The juvenile would walk the neighborhood at late hours and find cars that were unlocked. The juvenile was not interested in any other personal items in the vehicle besides the money. At this time, the juvenile will be charged with 7 counts of burglary. And we'll be right back with your Desert View Hospital health tip.